The pyramids have long been called tombs for the pharaohs. But that explanation, while partly true, barely scratches the surface of their profound cosmic significance. To the ancient Egyptians, a pyramid was more than a final resting place. It was a portal, a resurrection chamber, and perhaps most astonishingly, a divine engine built to transform a man into a god. Unpacking this meaning requires us to enter a very different mindset, one where architecture, astronomy, religion, and the soul were woven into a seamless vision of eternity. The pyramid as a spiritual machine. In modern terms, we might call the pyramid a structure of transition, from the physical to the spiritual, from earth to the afterlife, from man to divinity. For the Egyptians, the pharaoh was not merely a ruler. He was a living god, the embodiment of Horus in life, and after death, he would reunite with Osiris, lord of the underworld. His death was not an end. It was a dangerous journey that threatened the balance of the cosmos itself. The pyramid was built not to bury him, but to help him rise, literally and symbolically. Its shape, its orientation, its internal chambers, and even its mysterious shafts all played a role in this sacred ascension. This explains why the ancient Egyptians poured immense national resources into building these structures. They weren't simply commemorating their kings, they were preserving the harmony of the universe. The Pyramid Texts, a roadmap to the afterlife. In 1879, a remarkable discovery was made at Saqqara, in one of the smaller pyramids. A workman followed a jackal, symbol of Anubis, god of embalming, into a collapsed shaft. There, on the walls, he saw carvings of hieroglyphs. What he had stumbled upon was the earliest known religious scripture in human history, the Pyramid Texts. These ancient inscriptions, composed over 4,000 years ago, contained prayers, spells, hymns, and instructions for the deceased king to navigate the afterlife. Some spells were protective, warding off demons and pitfalls. Others granted supernatural abilities, flight, fire, shape-shifting. Together, they formed a kind of ritual programming, meant to activate once the king's body was laid to rest. As Egyptologist James Allen describes it, the pyramid itself was not a passive monument. It was a ritual machine, activated by words, symbols, and ceremony. This machine would resurrect the soul, carry it past chaos, and launch it into the stars. Aligning with the cosmos. Architecture of the sky. The orientation of the pyramids is no accident. The Great Pyramid is aligned with remarkable precision to the 4 cardinal points: north, south, east, and west. But the alignment doesn't stop there. The shafts from the king's and queen's chambers point not at random, but towards specific celestial bodies. The southern shaft of the king's chamber aligns with Al-Naitak, the star at the end of Orion's belt, representing Osiris. The northern shaft aligns with Thuban, the pole star at the time of pyramid construction. The queen's chamber's shafts point toward Sirius, the star associated with Isis and other relevant constellations. These alignments were not symbolic. They were functional, guiding the soul to its proper place in the heavens. As pyramid researcher Robert Bauval suggests, the entire Giza complex may have been designed as a mirror of the Orion constellation, with the pyramids representing the stars of Orion's belt. This theory, though debated, has captivated researchers and continues to spark investigations into the astronomical meaning embedded in stone. A monument to cosmic order. Ma'at, at the heart of Egyptian belief, was the concept of Ma'at, the principle of truth, balance, order, and cosmic harmony. Everything, from farming to law to architecture, had to adhere to Ma'at. The pyramid was the ultimate expression of this principle. Its flawless geometry, its cosmic alignment, its ritual functions, all served to restore and maintain Ma'at at the moment of the king's death. Because when a pharaoh died, chaos threatened to return. The Nile might not flood, crops could fail, Foreign enemies might invade. The king's successful transition to the afterlife was seen as critical to the survival of the kingdom. The pyramid was built not only for the king, but for the entire world he was meant to protect. Symbolism in shape, the power of the triangle. Why the pyramid shape? Why not a cube or a dome or a mastaba? The answer is layered with meaning. Stability. Structurally, the pyramid is one of the most stable shapes in architecture. It distributes weight evenly, with a low center of gravity and a wide base. Sun rays. Some scholars believe the pyramid mimics the shape of sunbeams. When the sun emerges from clouds, its rays spread downward in a triangular form, connecting heaven to earth. The Benben stone. In an ancient creation myths, the first mound of land to emerge from the primordial waters was called the Benben. The pyramid's capstone, or pyramidion, was a symbolic echo of this sacred stone. Divine geometry. The triangle, particularly in the form of the golden ratio, was associated with divine perfection. The pyramid may embody this cosmic ideal, linking it to universal harmony. In every way, from foundation to capstone, the pyramid was an interface between the human and the divine. The pyramid as protection. Beyond helping the pharaoh ascend to the heavens, the pyramid also protected his remains. Massive granite blocks sealed off chambers. False passageways confused tomb robbers. The internal layout was a maze designed to frustrate intruders. Yet, ironically, these defenses often failed. Almost all royal tombs, including the Great Pyramid, were looted in antiquity. Despite this, the symbolic power of the pyramid endured. Because even if the king's body was lost, the idea remained. The pyramid had already done its job, launching the king's soul into the stars.